Greetings, everyone. I'm very excited. I right now was able to get a full box of Lorcana. Now, why is a grown man playing with Lorcana? Because I make interesting and bad life choices. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm a busy guy, but it looks so fun. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to unbox this. I think I paid, and I'm not joking, like $250 for this box. So I'm hoping for some crazy pulls. We're going to talk a little meta stuff. I've been looking a lot into Lorcana. No, I am not a professional player, but I am a professional HeroClix player. So first pack here, we got the normal stuff here. I'm not going to go through all of this. I know everybody makes you look through each individual thing. I'll pull stuff out that I particularly like if I happen to like it, but no sense looking at all these. So I do want to talk about this. Like when it says each opponent discards 2 cards, obviously, even if that said just one opponent, the problem is you are playing that card. So in a way, you're discarding a card. So there's a lot of stuff like that in Lorcana that you got to figure out. It's similar like to Magic. We just need to work on that. So we're getting to the nitty gritty. So okay, what do we got here? The fewer when you play this character, ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. So obviously you quest with somebody and then play him and ready. He's a 2/2 drop that does something. Now I don't think Ruby's the nuts, but I really do like this next card. I like it a lot. That is Captain Hook flying. I love this. Thinking a happy thought, Captain Hook. Now, I can't remember what they call it, silver, chrome, whatever it is. The steel. Steel is the nuts. So this is a shift 3. If you're not familiar with how shift works, you put it on another Captain Hook. So you either pay 5 for him or you have a Captain Hook in play and you shift 3. Now note that in a shift, everything comes across. So if your shift is already fully inked, you can shift it and attack that same turn. But if your shift already has 2 damage on it, well, then this new Captain Hook is going to come in with 2 damage on it. So you got the shift 3 or 5 points. He has a challenger 3, so when he challenges a figure, he's going to be legitimately a 5/5. So a 3 for 5/5 is pretty good. You have a Captain Hook that's amazing as a 1 drop. So essentially, you're paying a 4 drop for this Captain Hook. Characters with 3 cost or less can't challenge this character. That is an amazing thing because almost every single major thing right now is that gold combo Rockstar Stitch here. And then what did we get for this? We got Freeze. These foils are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now I know I'm not the big thing here. I don't have like the cards on this. I'm not the best, but you know what? We're going to talk. We're going to have fucking fun here. That's what card games are supposed to be. And most importantly, you get to open cards. And what's more fun than that? You got your commons, you got your stuff here, your Hercules, your coconut basket. Um, you got a very disappointing Ariel. I just want to say, like, I don't know why you would play this. I really don't. Okay, first one. We got a Moana. We can fix it whenever this character quests. You may ready other princess characters. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. So my understanding of Lorcana, and again, I'm still new, is basically that you can choose a quest, then you can do another thing, then you can do this. So you don't have to quest everybody at the same time. Is my understanding. So I think that could be great as a stack. And then we once again got another super rare, unfortunately, and it is Steal from the Rich. Whenever one of your characters quests is turn, each opponent loses 1 lore. That is interesting, but it is 5. 5 is just way too much for that. And their foil, Horus, he's fun. I do love that Lorcana went really fucking deep on this stuff, like really kind of crazy deep. All right. So what else we got here? A lot of packs in here, man. And all right, Friends on the Other Side. At first, I was thrilled about this card because you can sing it for 3. But purple amethyst does not have much. And technically, this is a card, so drawing two cards thins your deck certainly, but it just gives you two cards. It's still good. It's still very, very good, but it's not as good as I might have thought originally. Flounder, one of the best, 2/2, and he is can be placed in Inkwell as well. So if you're late game, you can just make him an ink drop. But a 2/2 for one doesn't do anything, but just that's good. Also love the two drop of Eric, which again, steel is, in my opinion, the best. You get two, and you get basically a 3/3 for challenge and inkable. Cut to chase. Um, some stuff is, like one drops. Purple's the king of good one drops, but man, what are you doing with him? He's not dying. I will say this: actions. I don't like almost any of the action cards. I think they're all a little overcosted. I'm just not excited about it. Okay, we got a super rare aerial. Whenever you play this item, play an item, you may ready this character. So the problem is one isn't amazing for lore. She's a 3/3 for four that readies, kind of just makes her better if you're doing something else. Ooh, but I got something real good. This is my second one of these. I'll start with a foil though, work together. Again, they all look pretty. And then right like this. Rapunzel. Rapunzel. This is just it sounded creepy, but I love this one. When you play this character, remove up to 3 damage from one of your characters. Draw a card for each 1 damage removed this way. So this is you get 2 lore when she quests. She's a 1/5 for a 4 drop, so hard to kill. And then you heal. You play her mid game. You could replace her and get 2 additional cards. That's bonkers. She's a tier 1 piece. I really like Steel and Amber right now a lot. That's my jam. This is definitely the best card, the best pull, which makes sense because it's also the rarest card I pulled. All right. So looking more. Trail. Simba. I will say I'm still getting used to the rarities on this stuff. Frying pan. Okay, all right. We got Jasmine and Blue. I like Blue a lot too. Blue might be my other killer. So I kind of have 3 that I don't like, and I have 3 that I do like. So Jasmine is a 5 drop, but she's a 3 shift. Caretaker, when you play this character and whenever she quests, you remove up to 2 damage from each other character. That is okay. The removing damage thing can be good. She quests, she can do 2 lore. She's a 5 drop. There is, I believe, a 1 drop Jasmine. And okay, a legendary Mulan. Mulan's in red, so there's a likely chance I'm not using it. Lead by example. During your turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn. So she's good, but it's a 5 drop, and but never going to complain about a legendary. All right, and then we got Minnie Mouse, Minnie Mouse. All right. I'm not as big a Disney fan, I think, as some of the other Lorcana players, but I think the game is really great. I feel like it's a slightly simpler Magic and just an easier entry point in a way. I mean, right now it's expensive as fuck, but I do intend. I'd love to know if anybody else does. I definitely intend to buy a couple cases of this and then just hold it for 2 years or something to make a profit. Okay, this is one of the key blue characters. Get a clue, Mickey. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck in Inkwell face down exerted. So it's a 1/3 drop, but you get an extra Inkwell, and that is really good. That helps you build your ramp, and I do love how that does that. These are one of my favorite characters in green. But I just wish he had 1 more lore because the evasion's so good. But when you only have 1 lore, it just doesn't feel worth it. This is the Captain Hook I mentioned. It's a 1 drop in steel. Again, this is crazy. He's a challenger too, so he is attacking. When challenging, this character gets a 3. It becomes a 3/2 for a 1 drop and can turn into the other hook. Shield of Virtue. I have found that this might actually be pretty good. Ready chosen character. They can't quest the rest of the turn. It's not bad. It's a 1 drop, and then if you're using it, and it can also inkable. Versus Cauldron. The thing I like about Ursa Cauldron, and again, purple's probably not the thing I'm playing, but the thing I like about it is just the tap, and you get to manipulate your deck quite a bit. That feels pretty good. The problem is everything's so aggro right now. Everything is so aggro. So yeah. All right. We got the crab. Okay, here is our super rare. This is one I don't actually have yet. Flotsam. Rush, they can challenge the turn they're played. It's a 5-drop. The character name Jetson Games Rush. So they're a team here, but they're just 5 drops. You're never getting 2 5 drops in this game. And up, another super rare. You got Scar here. I also don't have a Scar. He's an 8-drop, a 6 shift. So okay, he has a 6/6. Rousing speech. When you play this character, ready your characters with a cost of 3 or less. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. So again, he's kind of keeping your characters safe, but that is crazy not good enough for a drop, and a 6-drop. The average Lorcana game right now, by the way, is 10 turns. So you're not getting a lot of 8-drops out. And look at this, not inkable 8-drop. This one's beautiful. I think I like all the bell cards, but here's my foil bell. It's Tinker. Whenever you play this character quest, you may pay 1 less for the next time you play an item this turn. She's a 3-drop, but she's a 2 lore quester. I think there's something in blue. I have a feeling blue becomes better next part 2. Like the next drop of Lorcana. All right, we're moving right along. I'm wondering, there's so many things I want, although the Rapunzel really helped. I really want to get 4 Rapunzels. That is a nearly must play. My favorite character is always going to be Captain Hook, so I'm always excited about that. One thing that's so interesting about there's so many cards in Lorcana. There's some I still haven't seen because I've been trying not to spoil it for myself. So when you play this character, you may banish chosen character named TK. All right, that's very fucking specific. All right, cool. All right, part of your world. This is a must-own, must-play super rare. So return a character from your discard to your hand. That is a very fair trade for tapping one of your 3 drops to return a character. I think that's a phenomenal card as a sing. It's not inkable, but I don't think it needs to be. But this is a tier 1 card. Okay, Mother Gothel. What this is? While this character is exerted, opposing characters can't quest. I think that's brokenly good. I'm trying to figure out how, while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't quest. She quests for 2. She's a 6-drop. That feels like it just stops. Like, how, if they can't quest, they have to just attack her, basically. She feels like a 6-drop that's basically kind of like a skip a turn. Now, the problem with her is a 6-drop. There's no shift here. It's late game, and you have to wait a turn. So you're on turn, unless you're playing blue, you're on turn 7. But, oh, and this has never happened to me before. That's crazy pull. There's my crazy pull. Look, I got the shiny, right back to back there. I've never seen that. That is really crazy. All right. So that's a nice shiny. That's a hell of a nice shiny. Again, I don't know if she susses out to being playable, but I do like her. I don't know if I like her into more than casual. Green's a fun color, but I haven't gotten things that green just doesn't do it for me. Here's one of the only 1 red drop like that. This is an okay drop. It's not great though. It's a question of 1, but I don't think stuff like this is worth it. Just putting it out there, like small damage heals. I think this game's about drawing cards and moving forward. Um, so yeah, item. This is way, stuff like this is way too specific. However, if items become big and it's in steel, you might end up playing this. I know this game doesn't really have sideboards, so to speak, but this is a kind of thing because inkable you might just play. But it's also the kind of thing you top deck at the end. You're like, wow, I lost because this does nothing. I know people like Gramatelli a lot. She has a must play for blue. Ransack. Ooh, I love this one. If you're building purple, maybe the best thing you need to own in purple, or definitely a top 3 or 4. Just drawing the card is really good. She's a 2 drop. Yes, you are paying 4 to draw a card, but that's probably worth it. Oh, and following up with one of my favorites, period, is the Queen. Just tap, draw a card. That is really hard to top. Five things. And you think about the consideration, technically she is cheaper than Magic Mirror, and you can just tap her every turn. Downside, unless you're ramping, she's not going to be anything. It's going to be a long time. And I'm always happy about silver foil, steel foil there. So that's kind of cool. Mm-mm-mm. It takes a long time to open packs, especially doing it like this. All right. So we got Peter Pan, Rush, Mickey Mouse, Mufasa, another Prince Eric, who I can't stress that Prince Eric's really good. Scepter. Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest is an inkable, and it's a song which is fantastic. And I mean, 2 drop sing songs like a 2 drop. Tapping that is great. Look for the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character card and put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your deck in the order. So a little chancy there. You could play a card and not get a card, but what a great way to siphon what you don't want off your deck. If you are a character heavy thing, I think that is a must play. Here is the classic 8-drop Maui. I want to be clear. This is not a thing you should play. I don't think that you get the control. It's just too late. Now, fortunately, it's an 8-drop that's inkable. Remember Scar, who wasn't? So I do like that. And okay, Ursula's Shell Necklace here. So whenever you play a song, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. That's a good item, man. That is a good item. I like that. It's in the right color too, so it probably doesn't make teams, but it's at least solid. And then hired goons, hired goons. Okay, putting out YouTube videos is like putting drops of water into the ocean. I feel like people only see them if things go awry. All right, so we got Pongo. Pongo's sneaky. He's got a lot of good stuff going on. Again, I'm probably not playing red. Stolen Scimitar, Develop Your Brain. I don't hate this one. Just as a deck cycle, Scurry for 1 and an ink drop. I like that they did make just a real generic Mickey Mouse. There's Starkey. Okay, we got a Hans. I actually got a foil one of him recently. Loving the Hans. Loving the Hans. And, ooh, one I don't have. Not inkable, though. Return an item card from your discard to your hand. That feels like something that's not happening. And we got a foil Anna. One of the things I do love about the foils, not only do they look phenomenal, and they look phenomenal, but the other thing I really like about them is a lot of times you get an extra super rare, an extra this, or an extra that. It just makes it feel more worth it. But this is actually the 3rd case I cracked, and I have nowhere close to enough cards to play a deck. And some of the things that are happening, again, 3rd case, this is my first Stitch. I've not gotten one other Stitch. 208 cards is a lot of cards. If you want to full everything, you essentially need 4 of everything. So you need 832. That's a lot of cards. Obviously, you don't need that. Again, This is good because Aladdin is very switchable. There's some amazing Aladdins that you want. So just as putting that out there. And there's my favorite actual Disney character, Donald Duck. Okay. So I don't think this is playable, but I just want to note that it's not bad. The exerting characters is pretty good. Problem is she becomes exerted. One of the best cards, period, is Flynn Rider. Here comes the Smolder. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging character discards a card. And the big thing is, he is a two lore. Two lore. So you want to quest with him, and then they don't really want to attack him. So that's a big penalty for a two drop. He's great. Ooh, okay. Somebody somebody making this game really loves Stitch because there are so many Stitches, and they're all fairly good. This one's okay. He's a six drop. He's not able to get more than a six drop. I do like the three lore though, but six drops again are a little hard in how things are going. And we got a Simba. Simba. Challenger 4, so he is one of the most powerful characters in the game for challenging. He does 8 damage. Pounce. During your turn, this character gains an evasion, so they can challenge anybody. So Simba's a 7 drop, but kills anybody in this game. He challenges anybody and kills anybody. The downside is not an amazing trade for a drop, but he kills anybody. And then Pongo. Pongo. God, I wonder how much you'd have to spend on this game to get like a full foil set. 830 something foils. All right. Starting out with Pongo. Everybody talks about this card, so I'll mention it real quick. The cheapest, fastest, best bodyguard in the game, Simba. You just, as a second drop, now all of a sudden your characters are, you exert him real fast, and then your characters are just like, all right, I guess I got to burn through a three on my second turn before I can get to the other one. Another cheap Aladdin. Ward he has ward. Opponents can't choose his character except to challenge. Um, Merlin. I don't have a Merlin. Again, how do I not have these cards? They're fucking commons. All right, Indians. Tigger. Pascal. A very very popular drop. Camouflage when while you have another character in play, this character gains evasion. He is only a one lore, but it's still a good one drop in purple. This one you've heard talk about, I'm sure, Cheshire Cat. When this character is challenged and banished, balance the challenging character. His big thing, two lore on top of that. So he's good. I don't think he's as great as other people, but my first green Cruella de Vil. When this character is challenged and banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. So you banish them, and now they have to repay for another character. Okay. Ooh, boy. Okay, so we got Corella. This is my second, or I think third, John Silver. John Silver, 6 drop, 5/5. Pick your fights. When you play this character, and whenever he quests, so period, when he starts, chosen opposing character gains reckless during their turn. They can't quest and must challenge if able. That is pretty good because it means it's basically killing their character, their smaller characters. And a 6 drop, I know I say 6 drops are rare, but this is good off the bat. So he's taking out smaller characters. And you can ramp in a green blue strategy and get this guy out a little faster. I do think he is a potential tier 1 play. And then officially part of my world now. Officially foil, Ariel, legendary, amazing. Singer 5. She's a 3-drop Singer 5. 3-drop Singer 5 in that perfect amber color that everybody likes. Musical debut. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a song card and put in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom in any order. I think she is a tier 1 play. I definitely intend to play her. She's 3-drop card advantage, a decent stats. One lore's not amazing, but can sing, and that is phenomenal. A 5 singer is phenomenal for a 3-drop. I know the game's pretty fast right now, but I can't say enough about that card. I getting that in a foil as well probably made this case for me. That was probably a case maker. You know, we're always hoping to get the rare thing. I did get a genie, the whatever impossible rare enchanteds or something like that. Pascal, Cheshire Cat. All right. In if you're playing Amethyst, White Rabbit's Pocket Watch. It's 3-drop turn one. Choosing character gains rush this turn. They can they can challenge the turn they're played. So okay, fine. Ooh, okay, a beast in green. So he's a 5-drop for a 4/4 rush. This character can challenge the turn they're played. Roar when you play this character, exert all opposing damaged characters. So exerting all their characters, making it that, and then the foil is Stolen Scimitar. Chosen character gets +1 this turn. If the character's name in Latin, it gets +2. Probably not worth it, but not too bad. And another one of these. So the tallying count here, we got 3 so far. So not too bad. 3 there, 3 legendary. So, and a whole lot of super rares. One of the things I do love about the set is the super chasey stuff is just for looks, and I think that's wonderful. It will keep the price down overall to make it more accessible for people. Maximus, Starkey. Ooh, okay, this is good because the next card cannot be worse. Robin Hood is underrated. Let me just say this. Robin Hood is massively underrated. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. So he is a 6-drop. 6 is a lot for a 4/4. He's a 2-quester, though, and you get to immediately draw a card if you're playing him. Pretty much that's the goal, right? You're probably not dropping him if your opponent has less cards than you. Then good shot. During your turn, this character gains evasion. They can challenge characters with evasion. I like the drop. I like it in blue. Okay, and we got another one. I was hoping for something better, but the best card in the game. Undeniably, Stitch Rockstar, the best card in the game. This is my second Stitch Rockstar. I'm deeply excited about this. Shift 4, again, the big thing about Shift Rockstar, if you're unfamiliar with this kind of strategy, and it's a great, great strategy, is Adoring Fans. When you play a character with 2 or less, you may exert them to draw a card. So first off, you immediately can exert all your characters. That is uncommon. So he allows you to exert any of your 2 drops, and then you just draw cards. You just draw and draw cards. Now a 6-drop seems challenging, but again, you're putting him over another Stitch on a Shift 4. That's just kind of a mandate for him. And then not for nothing, 3 lore on a quest. Now he's a 3/5 too. That's not easy to kill. He's just broken bad. And then here's a Jetson. We got his brother recently. Float some games evasion with him. So Stitch Rockstar, some really cool foils. I'm feeling pretty good. I'll mention Gaston. This is probably the best normal easy card in red in Ruby. This card's obviously amazing. Reckless. This character can't quest and must challenge each turn if able, but like he's kind of like in a removal spell in a way. Okay, so that's good. Akuma Matata. So remove up to 3 damage from each chosen character. That's probably not things, but it is inkable, so that's something. A lot of cool stuff with magic brooms here. They did a lot of cute stuff with Tink. I just want to put that out there. All right. Beast and Steel. Ooh, okay. Once again, we have a good start because the first card is Aladdin in Legendary. So he's a shift 5 Aladdin. He's about as good as it comes in Ruby. During your turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore and your opponent loses 2 lore. That is a 4 lore swing. Basically, his idea is if you survived and you're right on the cusp and you're playing that kind of like Stitch against that Stitch thing, he kind of brings you back from the brink of death. There's not a lot of good ways to get rid of your opponent's lore that are playable. This is a 5-drop that does it, and definitely worth it on a 5/5. On a 7, not. And then I get, yes, Hades. Hades, Hades, Hades. So I love when you don't get a super rare the first time. So Hades, is there a downside to this? When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down. That's pretty good. He has a 3/6 though. 2 lore, but 6 is very hard. And then a hey for that. So up to 4 of those. All right. We got some more cards. I might not even unbox this all today. I might not. I'm pretty happy. I think if I get one other thing that I'm just super excited about, I'm done. All right. So Aladdin, there's so many good cards in almost all of these. You don't have to just build the super rares. You can build some uncommons. Is that what they call them? Mad Hatter, haven't talked about this. When this character is challenged, you may draw a card. 5-drop is way too much though, but God, I do love the 3 lore. All right, Let It Go. This is a very popular spell in blue that you need. A character with 5 or more can sing this song. So if you're playing blue and amber, bring out your Ariel on a 3-drop, and you can let it go on the next turn. So your turn 4 or earlier. Put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down and exhausted. That is big. And that's just you tap Ariel and then you get that. That is really good. Okay, okay. And here's a genie. Genie. All right. In the piles. And then. Oh! Okay, I said I was going to stop if I got something. And baby girl, I got something. What? Man, this camera does not do how gorgeous this is justice. So I have one of these, and so I got 2. I have 2 genies. Wow. Oh my gosh. So again, genie. So these are the insanely rare ones. We don't know how rare they are, but they are rare. The nice thing I love about this is just cool and alternative. So really, here's 2 in my deck, same character. If you're playing green, you play genie. It's a must. It's an absolute must. He's a tier 1 character in green. Emerald. Okay, evasion. Only characters with evasion can challenge this character. Disappear. When you play this character, you may return chosen characters to their player's hand. So he's a quest 2. He's a 6-drop. Only character with evasion. Very, very hard to kill. Evasion 6. If you're doing like what is it? The fire the cannons or something of that. You're going to have to fire cannons at him twice. But just also giving you a character advantage as well. And just, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I think I can sell this right now for probably about $300. So everything else is gravy. I feel great about this. I'm feeling cute now, but might delete later. Thanks for everybody for watching. Just to give you an idea, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs left. So I definitely feel great about this. Of those 9 packs, we got a lot of good super rares in here. A lot of decent super rares. You can kind of see that. Again, a lot of the super rares, honestly, I don't like, although I'm very excited about my first flying hook. The foils, I feel good about the foils. I feel like the ratio of foils that are like higher tier are higher in these kind of things than anything else that I've kind of been a part of. any other games like a Magic or something like that. I don't feel like you get good foils. Big one is the Ariel. Ariel foil is amazing. A legendary foil, always great. Another legendary foil and Mother. So we're getting 2 additional legendaries there. No super rare foils, I don't think. At least not yet. All right, and then here's my legendaries. Genie's a tier 1, Aladdin's a tier 1, Stitch Rockstar. Obviously, this is going to be, in my opinion, right now, like the most expensive card, other than the crazy chases. Because who doesn't want Stitch Rockstar? Like 4 Stitch Rockstars and you're winning. If you're playing Amethyst, I really do think Queen might be the best play. You got green and you got her, okay? And then my nut stuff, we have a Rapunzel, 2 of 4 for them. John Silver, I think this is my third, which might make me play green. Pretty good beast, like beast. Hades, very excited about Hades. Although again, 7 drops are tough. I know blue ramps, but 7 drops are so tough. And of course, ending with the genie. Couldn't feel better about this if I tried. Thank you if you watched. Awesome, and talk soon.